Hey guys, I got another first impressions video. Today it is on the Slysz Bowie. I just finished filming the one for the Spyderco Techno. This one is going to be similar, but different because it is a different knife. This knife has been on my radar for quite a while, and I have almost bought one several times. I almost bought one instead of getting my Sebenza. I don't regret that choice, by the way. I almost got one before I got my XM18. I almost got one before I got my Spyderco Southern. It's been something that I've been looking at for a long time. The main reason being aesthetics and materials. This blade is just gorgeous, and I don't think any videos do it justice. In person, it's just this gorgeous clip point. In videos, it almost doesn't really seem like a clip point, but whenever you have one in real life, it is obviously a clip point, and you can't really mistake it for any other blade shape. So the aesthetics are there. I like the stone washing that the Taichung plant does. I also like the materials. I love CTS XHP. The first knife I owned in this steel was a Cold Steel Recon 1, and I loved the edge that I was able to put on that Recon 1. It was nasty. I love the CTS steels. I like those more than the CPM steels. I have had a pretty good experience now with the CTS B75P on this Southern Avo. Ooh, camera is not wanting to focus today. Let's get you out of the way then. There, CTS B75P. And in my experience, carpenter steels have been able to take a finer edge than any CPM steel I've handled. That's just me. Maybe you feel different, but me, I'm sharpening a lot of knives. I've sharpened a ton of CPM and a decent amount of carpenter steels, and carpenter steels just seem to take a keener, finer edge. So that's what really turned me on to these knives. And I have to be honest, I was a little disappointed whenever I got it. Maybe not disappointed. I was a little underwhelmed. I have watched several videos on this knife. I've heard so many people rave, and I was expecting it to be, whoops, man, I'm not good at deploying today. Let's get a better deployment there. There we go. I was expecting it to be, man, this is dirty, a cheaper Sebenza. I was expecting it to be, perfect. And although it is not perfect, it is one heck of a knife. And once I handled it and I got rid of all of my presuppositions, I guess, I realized how great of a knife this actually is. And I love it now. Deployment speed is great. Centering is dead on, and you've got a very needle-like point there. What's awesome about this clip point is that it's flat up here and then it rounds. And the rounding that they've done, the crowning I should say, is very similar to that of a Sebenza. Very high quality. I suspect that the lock bar is carburized just like the Apostle P. I have taken this knife apart, and it looks heat treated. It looks similar to that of a Sebenza lock face and doesn't look like one that is carbidized, like perhaps a Strider or the Hinter XM18 I had. The stonewash finish on all of these Taichung Spyderco's is amazing. The ergonomics are great. It's got very, very smooth action. I will say the action does rival the Sebenza. Solid lockup, no blade play in any direction. It's just a great looking knife. I have carried it today. I have had no problems with it. It doesn't feel like a pocket hog. It isn't too heavy at all for me. I actually carried this one paired with my Spyderco Techno. If you're following me on Instagram, you'll have seen that. And I think that this is a match made in heaven. I love the Marcine design in Spyderco's. I even like the new one that was designed and it's going to be releasing soon. I think it's called like the Spidey Chef or something. I don't know if that's just the name or if it's supposed to be a purpose-built chef's knife, but I might pick one up for EDC because it just looks like a fantastic blade. But anyway, back to this. Everything is contoured and rounded beautifully. The fit and finish is there. As I said, I've had this knife apart, and everything fits perfectly and tight, or fits perfect and tight, I guess. Yeah. It's easy to deploy it for me. I've heard some people knock on it because of the titanium and how it secludes the thumb stud. Whoops, that wasn't a good example. Or not the thumb stud, the thumb hole. But I feel all you have to do is, even if you flick up, you just gotta follow through on your flick and it rockets out. So I have not had a problem with that. So that was my quick little first impressions video, guys. Hope you liked it. Stay tuned for the next one.